As an integration and a vendor community, we've always come to market telling our customers what they should do and with our products and how they should be deployed and so forth, and what kind of capability they'll gain. This is a phase shift in terms of the way that we come to market. The most effective engagements that we've had to date have been around not telling our customers what we can do and how we're going to do it and putting in products to deploy, but moreover walking into those customers and spending time to understand very, very deeply what that customer does and how they work, their processes, their systems, and from there we can create there's a gap between the technology and the understanding, and we can create the linkage between those things, which then creates the outcome, and then we can work on that.
The reality is that most networks today are already doing IoT. What we're finding is that organizations are collecting immense amounts of data and storing it. What we find most relevant in industry today is that the real value of data is acting on the data in near real time. Right? Data in motion and interacting with that data is far more valuable than storing data, unless of course you need a historical reference for later review. The other thing to recognize is that not all data is actually information. And the goal here is to get more information to add to your existing database of information. And so translating data into information is the key. And that's a process. And the goal here is to find a way to execute that process as quickly and as cost effectively as possible. And what we're finding is that more and more organizations are moving to the edge or fog computing and process that information as close to the data source as possible. And the benefits there are that it reduces the amount of data you have to send to the cloud. It reduces the amount of storage you need in the cloud. And potentially it gives you the option of acting on that data at the very edge and resolving a problem or improving a process at the edge without necessarily waiting for the cloud to operate. So these improvements overall tend to reduce your costs in management, reduce your costs in storage, reduce your costs in network transport, and ultimately improve operational efficiency. Yeah, and again, in this industry, and Cisco being a connectivity player, we join the dots. Our role is to help customers optimize how they spend their dollars on network and network business benefits. And one of the best ways we see of doing that is to help customers minimize wastage across the network. And so the more we can do within the network to eliminate unnecessary transmission and storage costs, the better off we are.
Yep, absolutely. When we're looking at upgrading or re-architecting or refreshing network assets and so forth, try and take a 7-year position, and that generally means let's look at as high capacity with as much control, with as much software overlay in terms of tool sets and so forth and management features as we can, a lot of standardization, and really sort of trying to think out in a more cohesive and strategic view what that thing's going to deliver and how those roads are going to be utilized in the future. And if we can do that, we're going to be better prepared to ingest the kind of data that we're talking about here. So in our next segment, we're going to talk about security broadly and how we need to think about securing data in an IoT world.